Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. And no avatar tonight because this is a recording. We're going to be finally unlocking the Yokoi daily quests. Rusty neighbors. Yeah, last time turns out there was actually a very extensive quest line to unlock this because I hadn't done any of the unlocks in the area, and it turns out there was basically 3 septs. It's not bad or anything, but I guess it's because those characters are going to be relevant here, so let's see. Let's just get started. Ah, traveler from across the salt. Greetings, may Farafer. You seem the type to have friends all along the width and breadth of the continent. Do you by chance know any skilled artisans? If you could introduce them to me, I'd be eternally grateful. Got my own skills here I can contribute. You're a deft hand. Well, I'm in luck then. As is all of Warlord's Echo. We're under threat, you see, and would seek help from ones to survive. Oh, not my combat skill? The great avalanche has swallowed a place known as Zagorda in the Open-Armed. Once home to a sacred altar and its keepers. Although thankfully uninhabited at the time, I fear this was no accident. So you need me to help shovel snow off your lawn. Not exactly glamorous. No, this destruction was caused by the snow spirits of Urkapaka. While we Yokoi lived in harmony with these spirits, they have as of late become possessed by an inconsolable rage. None know why, and attempts at reason have only stoked their anger further. There is, however, a way to quell them, a ceremony known as the Pact, which must be performed at the altar, which was once so carefully maintained. An old friend taught me this. Yet therein lies our problem. The avalanche swept away much of the altar and its surroundings. We must repair it quickly so the rite can be performed. If we fail, all of Urkapaka may succumb to the spirit's wrath. Like a challenge, but I want to see what I'm working with first. I like how it has to pan up because he's a giant. That is to be expected. Very well, let us visit what little remains. It'll help you understand what clear is at stake. To the south of Warlord's Echo, you'll find stairs, and at the top will last passage the mountain. Yeah, I don't remember if that little section of the map has actually been there the whole time or if it was added in an update. Like, it was not there before. I can tell you right now, the Pelu Pelu area and the Aetheryte was not there when the expansion dropped. In fact, I think yeah, this was not. The Pelu Pelu one and the Aetheryte next to it were not there when the expansion dropped. This one I don't remember though. I might have checked my own VODs because you can't actually see the old VODs where I was looking at the map and see that the Pelu Pelu thingy is not there yet. You came, good. Before we cross the pass, might I ask your name? Wait, the very one who felled Valley Garmanda. Apologies, I had no idea I was among one of our saviors. Not that I was doubtful before, but I suddenly feel much better about our chances of success. Now our destination is not far. Yeah, when I did Dawntrail, I genuinely was not aware that it was the same creature from Final Fantasy VI that kicks off the plot. That's because the English version renamed it a Tritalk or something like that for some silly reason. I'm glad that we're past that and they can just translate things properly nowadays. But it's a good sign of how that can be confusing. Though I suppose the fact that game was called Final Fantasy III, even though it was 6, is probably good evidence also. This is what remains of Zagora the Open-Armed. The damage is unlike anything I've ever seen. Even our histories contain few stories of such destruction. Zagora. That structure at the far end is the Breathless Altar, where the ritual is performed. Although to see it now, one could hardly guess what purpose it served. Yeah, it looks like it's been lost to time for ages, but I guess since it's not abandoned, the avalanche decided to speed up the process. Oh, do you feel that? Something beyond the usual chill in the air. Oh my. It's the boss of Mountain, except with no, it had the ice cream thing there. Rio Court Herte. Grrr. Oh no, I'm not a combat job. So I don't have any health anymore. Oh, there's just saying not to come any closer, I guess. So they don't want us to repair it. Something offend them. I suppose I could just go to a combat job and slay them, but... I mean, hasn't there been enough killing already? I mean, damn. They left, thank goodness, to think they would be so bold. You have seen now the frenzy which grips them, yet they looked almost frightened by you. Have you encountered the spirits before? Yeah, actually, you bested them in the feat of proof. Well, I would expect no less from one who defeated Terral Vidral. If you're even half as good at crafting as you are at fighting, I believe we are in good hands. Yet even if the spirits are felled, they are born again when the next snow falls, and they will rage. Okay, so it is the same one. And... The pact is the only way we can set things to rights. Yet if even the altar were whole, there are none left who know how the ritual was conducted. Dartorgor was the final caretaker remaining and a dear friend of mine. However, before the avalanche buried, her body was lost in a tragic accident. From what little I know of the pact, I learned from her. I never encouraged her to speak more of the sacred practice, but now I wish I had. We have a lot of regrets with the ones who have left us, that's for sure. Now I must make up for my lack of curiosity. I will learn how to appease them in Dartorgor's stead. For many years, she was Urkapaka's silent guardian. I shall take up the mantle she left behind. Now that you've seen the scale of the undertaking, I ask you once more, will you join me in rebuilding the altar? Count me in. I'm interested to see this pact for myself. Thank you. You've given me hope in these dark times. I do like that snazzy blue armor he's got, I guess. It's a lot nicer than the usual boring brown everyone else wears, although I imagine that's largely to tell them apart more easily. Before we get started on the altar proper, we should first restore the building where Dartorgor lives, so we might have shelter. Oh, snowflakes and motifs and all that. It was fittingly called Warmth. She lodged there with the other caretakers. It should make a perfect base from which we can conduct our restoration. Now, rest assured, I do not intend for us to just shoulder this burden, just us to shoulder the burden. We do well to recruit a few more pairs of helping hands. I suppose that'll be my first request. Please ask around Warlord's Echo for anyone willing to lend aid, and I'll make what preparations I can for the work ahead. Sounds good to me. Recruit some artisans. Excuse me. The avalanche that caused all the damage? Yeah, I see. You know, I spoke with Dartorgor once some years ago. She said she lived alone in the mountains and was the sole keeper of the altar there. Despite her solitary life, she seemed a bright and kind soul. I was saddened to hear her body was lost when she suffered that terrible fall. I'd always hoped she would visit again and tell me more about her unique experiences. Although I only met her one time, I will not soon forget her. To honor her memory, I will pledge my aid in the reconstruction. My trade is carpentry, but I'm ready to help wherever it's needed. I shall speak with Farafar to see where I can be of use. It's Murflor, not Luffer. It's been too long since we've last met Coda. I'm here with Poli to trade, but it seems people are unsettled somehow. Yeah, these two were the ones that... You had to do one quest here for the Yokoi and one with the Pelupel with Nopli, and then it ended with a combined quest where the two worked together. It was actually rather neat, honestly. I wish I had done it sooner. But yeah, all that took place during the launch, since that's an area quest, and now these are taking place a few patches later, so it's definitely been a while, if you've been doing them correctly. Ah, the spirits. That explains why we were attacked by a group of one snowy day not long ago. We greeted them kindly, but we were assailed with icy magic. I had no choice but to drive them back or risk Nopley's life, but the incident has been troubling me ever since. There are neighbors here in Urkapaka, after all, and we lived in harmony for so long. I take it that's why you're recruiting others in your aid. You never change, do you? Always eager to help those? Unfortunately, the life of a merchant demands we don't rest our feet for long. Perhaps we can send others your way. Only the best, of course. We promise to share what you've told us today with anyone whose ear we can bend. Now let us be off. Yeah, they may not have joined us directly, but no doubt they'll help get some connections for people who can help craft here. I like the sky tool, the calming blue glow for the sky steel tool for Weaver more than the resplendent one. But the resplendent one, as you can see, even when it's put away, you can see it more easily. Meanwhile, the other one, the sky steel one, that is just tiny and on the side, so it's extremely easy to miss. It's a shame, honestly. Oh, I think they might be in the building. Yep. Strapping McCoy. Oh, they're mostly in green, not brown. I think it was brown. Ah, you need help rebuilding the altar? I know the place. A group of Yakoi lived there and looked after the altar, correct? It was quite the trek. They would visit it from time to time. I know there weren't many left, but I haven't heard the last of them had gone. Terrible news, but if you're going to rebuild their legacy, you'll need brawn, and I have plenty of that to offer. General's genial stone, isn't it? Well, the spirits have been acting strange. It is true. They're usually harmless tricks have become malicious. The merchants and innocents being attacked and provoked. Usually they appear on snowy days and invite passersby to frolic under the falling flakes. What could have gotten into them? Yeah, I think I might have pissed them off by accident when I beat them up. Oops. Regardless, this problem affects all of us. If repairing the altar will help, then my supply of masonry is at your disposal. Excellent. With the Freemasons on our side, it should be very easy to rebuild. You did well, Kota. I think we have a dependable crew to get started with. Verger here seems especially eager to pitch in. If I may, Farfair, I can do much more than shovel snow and haul stones. I'm willing to assist in planning reconstruction from start to finish. With you in charge of the larger picture, I can assign people to work where it's needed most. Having to oversee many of the projects of the scale, I believe it will be the surest path to completion. Oh good, someone with experience should help out a lot here. You do all that? Then I'd be grateful to accept your help. You are most welcome to it. Now, before we get started, do you happen to know where the living sepulchre can be found? Derdiger's sepulchre. Upon it must be engraved the stones of her life and work. It may shed some... Must be engraved the stones of her life and work. It may shed some light on the mysteries of the snow spirits and pact. It was likely erected near the altar, but if so, it may too have been buried in the avalanche. Well then, since the snow must be cleared away anyways, we can search for it in the meantime. We'll find it, I'm certain. Oh, there you are. You're the ones rebuilding the altar, correct? Nopoli said you needed help. When I saw how fearlessly we wheeled and dealed with the Chihuahua, I knew I had to become his pupil in trade, and therefore here I am. Consider me Nopoli's eyes and ears. If you need someone to make deals with the merchants, leave it to me. I know Nopoli's been making a name for himself as of late. If he vouches for you, then welcome aboard. This project is off to a better start than I could have ever imagined. We have the help we need and then some, so now's a good time as any for the hands of to build warmth. Alright, it's gonna ask me to craft something real quick. Should be pretty easy since I'm max level. But this... Speak to me when you're ready to use those expert skills I recruited you for. Yep. Now, first things first, restoration of our soon-to-be living quarters. The heavy lifting and building can be left to us, while you craft the supplies we need for finishing touches. If we're to live among the frozen peaks, we require flooring, which will insulate us from cold. The space is large, so we need a few boxes worth. Can I count on you? Here should be everything you need, but if by chance you run out, you can get more here. Yeah, that's in case you mess it up. Well, I shall get the others then. Well, being a clothier means it should be very easy to do this. Yeah, I do like how it's kind of on the edge, like a little halo there, which is funny since there's a succubus on it. Oh my, this is actually being a bit tricky. Well, technically, I could have made this faster by doing it this way. Yeah, I just should have done that to speed it up. Train die is nice if you need high quality, but you kind of don't. I'm pretty sure all these are just going to be level 90, since the idea is you can do them from any... the idea is each reputation quest will cover the jobs for the expansion levels in which you unlock them. Hello, Coda. How goes the crafting? The set of supplies required to make the living quarters cozy and warm. I wove them to make sure that they would be nice and warm. Ah, your skills are no mere boast. Excellent work. Thanks to you, the warmth will be a place worthy of its name. Please feel free to rest a while. We'll take it from here. You used to be able to high quality the normal stuff that asks for normal quality, but you'd have to turn all of it in as either high quality or normal, so I guess that's why they decided to make it so that it's normal quality regardless of whether you fill the quality meter or not. Well, that was actually surprisingly easy. I presume the insulation I made is hidden beneath the flooring, where it's not seen, but its effects are appreciated. Why? Everyone works so eagerly, as if they've forgotten the entire biting cold without. The sight truly speaks to the quality of our contribution. Yeah, it's one of those things. There's plenty of things that you don't really appreciate till it's gone, so if they don't notice, I did my job right. Those for the road ahead of us is long, but I'm glad we've taken our first step upon it together. I hope you'll continue to lend us your expertise. Sounds good to me. Are you watching Dawntrail? I promise you soon the spirits in your koi will live peacefully in harmony once again. The collapsed living quarters are repaired, marking the beginning of the restoration. Yet the snow spirits must be appeased. Only by continuing their work can Farafar and our crafters quell the spirits' rage and bring peace to the mountains. The hands of Zergorith. Your reputation increased to friendly. You may now use mounts. Oh, nice. Winter's warmth. Alright, work of a cart. Since our work commenced, we've been needing to transport large amounts of supplies here. While we have simple, sturdy carts for this purpose, there's presently not enough to meet demand, so we should build more. I ask you to furnish us with the necessary parts. Garler has the materials, so please thank you in advance. We will work for supplies. Goes without saying, but we require a prodigious amount of supplies for the restoration. In order to augment our stores, Noplay has kindly introduced us to a traveling trader from the capital. When I spoke with the trader about what we require, I chanced to mention your involvement, and what should he do but request your crafting as payment? The man's presently come. If you're willing to take the task, you'll be compensated for your efforts. We Yokoi use glowstone as a source of light in our homes and wish to employ it in the altar as well. As the stone lies deep in the earth, however, we must rely on seasoned mountaineers for its location excavation. I guess I do have mine around 100 if needed. I tasked one such individual with the work of it. Might I trouble you to pay him a visit and see if he's found anything? You're welcome to build carts. Helping us build carts? Good. The components are always welcome. Without further ado, please use these materials. If you run out, I shall provide you more. My items are ready to deliver them directly. It's normal quality, so let's not waste time with to show off. Yeah, I don't believe it's until about 3 or so reputation levels in that they'll start asking for high quality stuff. It shouldn't be too bad now that I'm actually decently okay, I'm okay geared in. I definitely enjoy these a lot more than I do cosmic exploration. Don't get me wrong, I do love the mech stuff and the fates within there, but the fact to get the relic in there requires just grinding over and over again. Nah, maybe a bit easier if you happen to catch a red alert. It's just so much. Every time I get one, I think, oh, damn, there's yet another level here. Even after I got to level 100, I thought, okay, this is level 90, which means the next one will be the relic, since that's level 100. But no, you have to do a level 100 one, then the relic. And the next one is not any less of a grind. Blah. Unfortunate. Alright, so you're Coda. I've heard much about your artistry. It's an honor to make your acquaintance. Now, excuse me if I get right to business. Of late, people in the city have developed a fondness for foreign things. I'd like you to craft items that fill that niche. This time I seek Eorzean-style wall decorations. 3. These material should suffice for the quality, but if you need more, please help yourself to the crate. Oh, right. Whenever you do search for a recipe, it goes for all of them. Luckily, Clothcraft is still on the list, but it's definitely near, like if I was the wrong one, it would require going to the entire bot, scrolling down, and that'd be a pain. Might be easier for me to just go to the society quests like Yakoi directly, honestly. Now let's get this last one done. There we are. Dare I hope the requested items are ready? Oh, marvelous. These are bound to fetch a high price. Here, please accept these as payment. Sounds good to me. Virgur will find they're more than what we agreed on, but in light of what you provided, it's only fair. You have my heartfelt thanks. Dang, they didn't even request high quality. They just took whatever stuff I crafted. Well, it would hurt my pride to give them something shitty, so I'm sure I still did a good job. Voyager sent you to collect the glowstone. Did he? Here it is. Oh right, not all of them are going to require, just like how not all of the fighting ones require combat. These are exceptionally pure sample, rarer than was requested and laborious to find, but in view of your efforts to restore peace, I render up gladly. I'm counting on your success. We all are. Work of carts. Ah, are the components coming along? Here we are. Sturdy and light. Scarcely more at a glance, you're able to identify a point for improvement. You truly are an extraordinary artisan. We Okari traditionally build with stone and wood and typically prioritize strength at the cost of weight. Given the mountainous terrain which the carts will be used, however, it's wise to keep weight to a limit. Your components will help us achieve that, and I'll enjoy assembling the final product with them. Let's just hope I remember to include the building instructions. Like, otherwise it's going to be like building an IKEA furniture without construction. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. We'll work for supplies. Ah, you've returned. Everything proceeds smoothly. Essential construction and components. Goodness me, more supplies than I was expecting. If this is what's considered fair payment, your work must have indeed been impressive. With foreigners being regarded more favorably as of late, decorating one's home in a foreign fashion has apparently become commonplace. For the merchant to invest in this venture, you must have confidence in your familiarity with the arts from across the salt. Well, nothing wrong with consulting an expert. The Pelu Pelu never ceased to amaze me with her eye for opportunity, and thanks to your valuable cooperation, we were able to secure a generous amount of supplies. Should the merchant return, I hope we can depend on your expertise again. Did the mountain deer have the glowstone for us? Restoration. Exceptionally pure. Wow, now, this is a fine specimen indeed, of a quality befitting ceremonial use. It's very generous of him to yield such. Perhaps you already know this, but we have a ritual whereby we prolong the radiance of the glowstone by sprinkling it with salt water imbued with prayers. These prayers harbor the desire for our lives to endure with serendipity, like the stone's gentle glow. I shall pray this for the same as I put this to our work. Many thanks for the delivery. Yep, looking a fine start. Always love seeing the glams people put together sometimes. Actually, can I look at the adventure plate? I knew that would be worth it. Alright, well, this seems like a fine start, I'd say. Establish the stakes, make it clear what needs to be done, and what's going to happen if we fail. Always a solid start. Well, until next time, thank you for watching, hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.